Hello and welcome to Loresworn After Dark. This is episode 2 of our SOMA playthrough. Loresworn After Dark is the segment where we play games together at night, often with a fermented beverage of some sort, and then talk about it.
This is more of a sober and analytical tone than Loresworn Live, and it's also not live.
Also, yeah, that's another feature of it that sets it apart. I'm TJ Hafer. With me is DM Schmeier.
Yes, I am.
And the last we left, poor Simon Jarrett, he was trying to contact the only seeming person that he has come across since waking up in an underwater hellhole full of killer robots.
The completely indefatigable human contact who seems just way too chill with what's going on.
Completely nonplussed with the horror and messed up crap that is...
She is unflappable.
Inundating
she
this
cannot
reality.
be flapped.
You could try to flap her, and it's gonna not happen. And then the comm center started to spring a leak, and everything went black. Cue this.
Episode 2.
What the hell?
We're still alive somehow.
How is this possible?
And
This isn't...
we begin to get the impression that our perception of reality...
It's not reliable.
Yeah, maybe we may ourselves be an unreliable narrator of what is happening right now, which is an interesting concept.
Because Mr. Simon Jarrett is buried under ocean, but he is very much okay.
Yes. We were not wearing a dive suit before, but now we seem to be. Perhaps our brain rationalizing the fact that we were still alive. Or maybe we were in the dive suit the whole time? You never really know. I mean, we will know by the end of the game, but at this point you're not supposed to. You're just supposed to be super confused, which I believe, yeah, we both were. By the way, here's another pro tip. Don't spend a lot of time wandering around in these underwater segments, because...
You aren't alone here either.
You're not alone, and also there's no, like, you know, hidden ending to find.
Find the shuttle, the land pad.
The best way to play this game is to just proceed toward your goals. We have a Zeppelin transport pad here, so we've learned the information that travel by Zeppelin is a thing that happens down here. The underwater environments are just
very well done.
Extremely well designed. You really feel like...
If you've ever been scuba diving, this is pretty dang good.
Just the particles and the kind of, like, the slowness of the movement.
Stare up for a minute. You can also tell your depth. You are not more than a mile below because light still reaches you, but you are very deep down.
And you can see the sea creatures. There is something odd about them. And just the way everything looks so, like, degraded and rusted, and they took the time to, like, add barnacles and stuff. I love the level of lived-in detail that this game
If I taught
has.
a class about writing for a video game, and granted I would not be qualified to teach said class, I'm a fiction author. I would make playthroughs of fiction games mandatory because they're master classes in world building. They just are. I off the top of my head, how many companies do it better? I can't.
I mean, this type of storytelling, I think frictional is definitely the gold standard. I think it'd be hard to argue anything else.
Come in, Theta. You better answer me, Strasky. Come on!
Amy, where are you?
The fields. I had to leave.
Is Carl with you?
It all went to hell.
Hold on. You got the power automated, right? The plant is safe? We need the power to keep the sites running.
Oh, fuck the power! Fuck you, Strasky! The machines killed Carl.
Oh, shit. All right, calm down. It'll be okay. Can you get back to Theta?
Yeah. I think so. I'll head for the shuttle, the Aux.
Good luck, Amy. Rooting for you.
So we get
the next step in the journey of Mrs. Aro.
Exactly, and we keep having it reinforced to us that this Theta place is somewhere we want to go. So we have a clear idea of where we're headed, which is very important in a game like this where it's easy to get you know, the feeling of being aimless and lost.
Well, in Amnesia and Machine for Pigs, that feeling cropped up a little too often for some people's comfort.
Here's another effective use of sound and color. The fact that this thing makes scary noises and has a red light on it tells us that it's not something we want to be around.
Red light means stop, and that's a very effective concept to embrace for game
it's
design.
Also the color of blood, you know. This light here, I think, might be slightly misleading because I don't think there's actually anything over here.
I don't think so either.
Yeah. Some environment artists really wanted us to see that piece of machinery. They put a light where there is no objective relevant anything. Alright.
We're
gonna go ahead and skirt the edges here.
We have a machine somewhere talking to itself.
If you haven't played this, not looking at enemies, same goes for Amnesia, can often be a good way to avoid them. Which is itself, in a way, a bit of world building. Like, once you realize, oh, the enemies often do not become aggressive if you don't look at them, it makes you think, well, why is that?
And is that accidental? It's not.
Yeah, it is not accidental. The weird pixelated distortion that appears on the screen is not accidental. And we found Friend Robot. So we now have a companion in this dark and terrifying world, which is a nice way to relieve tension a little bit. Add almost some comic relief to the situation.
Effective.
You wanna have ups and downs. You don't want people to just be constantly terrified.
Well, and you want to throw lifelines. And
Exactly.
a companion, a party member, an ally.
A friend robot.
Yep. Can be a great way to do that. That's often a tool you'll see embraced in shooters. It's like for a particularly awful or oppressive stretch of the game, you'll often have a computer AI join you.
And I think that's a problem a lot of horror writers, game makers, even filmmakers can make, is that they want it to be terrifying doom and gloom all the way through, all 20 hours or whatever.
And I mean,
like,
to be frank, the human psyche doesn't have the stamina to withstand that and enjoy it.
Fear is more effective if there are moments of safety and levity as a counterpoint, because it taps into your epinephrine, norepinephrine cycle, gets your heart rate up, brings you back down, and it makes you crave that safety. It keeps the game from being too oppressive. Like, I don't even want to play this anymore, because if I keep going, I might find an island somewhere in this.
Yep.
Hellstorm.
The eye of the storm.
Yeah.
It is a tried and true concept.
And
it's physiological, as
Yeah.
you said. If you've played Slender.
Yep.
Slender is a brief game. Like it's not one of those games where you play like a 20-hour story, And one of the reasons for that is it's exhausting.
Yeah.
It is utterly
it is really
exhausting.
Yeah. But yeah, and it also makes you, realize what you're missing too. Like when you do end up in the really scary parts, it's like, I've been thrust into this from that other place that I can't go back to now.
One of a great author,
it's emotionally
I
effective.
forget his name, but I will say that this is not my quote or my concept. Once read something that I found extremely trenchant, and that was, never do you appreciate what good health feels like, what homeostasis feels like, than when you're sick.
Yeah, very, very true. Very, very true. So we're going to have a hidden loading screen there.
Let's hope the shuttle still works.
They do a pretty good job of making all the loading screens seamless in this game. And we just have pitch blackness.
Never a good feeling.
Where did I get a flashlight?
Where did you
Where
indeed,
indeed?
Simon?
Again, these weird little gameplay elements are addressed by the character that this is weird, so you don't have to spend time thinking about the fact that it's weird.
Jackie, come in, Theta. What? I can't... Where are you now? Strasky! I'm at the shuttle, but it's not looking good. The lights flicker like mad. I think the power regulator is broken. I have to fix it. I don't want to get stranded halfway to Theta. What was that? I can't hear you. Don't worry, I'll fix it. Somehow.
Here's another thing. This thing says Carthage Industries on it, which we will later learn the background of. Almost everything in this facility was made by someone who has their own backstory, which is just another really cool, you know, world building.
It's seamless
technique. Like, there's everything is connects, everything is explained. That thing won't open. We don't really need to heal right now, so there's no need to use that. We have some mechanical drawings here and a picture of this guy. Which there was also a picture of that guy in a previous area, so someone was kind of obsessed with him. We can get the impression.
Yep, maybe more than just a fan.
Yep. So there was a hazard report, a helper kit, and 3 auto-inflators on here. Alright, this is significant. On this morning of January 12th, the comet Telos crashed into the Pacific Ocean. The impact ranks as one of the largest collisions ever recorded on Earth. All evidence indicates that the surface has gone completely barren and is no longer able to sustain life. Pathos 2's unique location has provided unparalleled safety for our staff. Some structural damage has been noted, but no casualties reported. The largest loss was the weather and communication station located on the surface platform Omega unmanned, which is under the circumstances a small price to pay. Theta will hold an emergency meeting to discuss the future of Pathos 2 and ultimately mankind. More on the matter to follow, and there is your mind-blown holy shit moment.
An extinction event.
Guess it's a good thing we never had any kids.
We are officially post-apocalyptic.
Parents in the eyes. They're going to a bomb shelter upstate, by the way, along with your dad. I'm guessing someone will help him send you a message somehow. I mean, I hope they will. Hell, I'm not even sure you'll get this message. If you do, I want you to know I never blamed you for following your dreams. It just... I was just mad it didn't fit better with what I imagined our lives would be. I really wanted the picket fence, big family, you know. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I'm proud of you. And even though it's been difficult to be separated from you, I regret nothing. I'm happy. And I really wish I was able to say this without the sky falling down. I love you, Amy. I always have. And always will.
So at least Miss Sakaro got to see that.
Really potent emotional acting in this game, which is just another reason that I
that's the third time
rated it so highly.
That's the third time I've seen that. Still moving.
Yeah.
Like that is a loving husband saying goodbye. Their marriage was on the rocks, I think is implied. Mm-hmm. They had some disagreements, but he recognized apparently the writing on the wall. Maybe the comet was seen coming. Maybe. Yeah,
I think at that point they knew about the comet.
And he knows his soon to be fate, and that is what he did with the time he had left. That's potent stuff.
Yep. And speaking of potent stuff, probably the most screwed up moment of the game so far.
Hey, are you...
Don't hurt me.
Can I help?
It won't let me die. Nothing is allowed to die.
Very important story point
what
there.
What happened?
An accident. Fixing the power. I was going to Theta.
Anything I can do?
If you see Masters or Holland, tell them I need help. Okay? Amy needs help.
So, the thing living in the walls is hooking... This is the first human we've seen since Munchie, by the way, who's actually alive, and is being hooked up to life support by the thing in the walls.
And, yeah. She is not a robot, I believe.
No, she is still a living human. And I don't think we have to kill her, do we?
I think we might.
I think you can actually leave her alive, but maybe you have to unplug one of them.
Are you okay?
I don't know. I want to go home.
Yeah, I think we can leave at this point. And I don't really want to.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's true to the character.
And the thing is, we will run into some people like that who do want to die. But the fact that she says I want to go home just makes it that I don't really have the heart to unplug the other thing.
Which is fair.
Yeah.
I mean, Simon Jarrett is clearly not a cold-blooded killer.
Do we have to? I thought there was a way to continue without killing her. I really thought there was.
I guess not.
I could have sworn that the guide said you have a choice.
I guess not.
Maybe that was a bug originally that allowed you to do that. Okay, well...
Sorry, Amy.
No, wait, there it is. I think I see a door light, maybe? No? Okay. Yeah, I guess we have to unplug it.
Sorry, Amy.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Got
yes,
it.
yes.
Power supply unstable. No, we do have to unplug it. I'm sorry.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. So... this game's pretty dark.
You just ended a life. You had no choice, and what she was living could scarcely be called a life. But
yeah.
You did it anyway.
Well, and you followed her journey, wondering up till now, like, what happened to her? Did she get out? Is she okay?
Nope.
The answer to that is no. We can also imply from this, the tunnel collapsed, and possibly whatever burrowed through here dragged her into the other room. So...
But something definitely took her prisoner and established that there.
Yes.
Which is scary. To say the least.
Did I forget to hit a button or something? I'm actually kind of confused now about what they want me to do. Doors still won't open. And here is that frictional concept of not really explaining to you what you're missing.
What's gotta happen, yeah.
Yeah, in practice. I don't remember getting stuck on this part before.
And again, that is why I feel like that is one of the true substantive fair criticisms you can offer a frictional game, is even on multiple playthroughs you can get kind of sketched over.
Yeah, there's a lot of non-obvious requirements for progression. So the power is now stable. Upsaline Shuttle Station B. I don't think there's anything else we can do in here. Just playing around with the physics.
Is there a button? Is there one of those things you need to poke?
I don't think we need to poke the pokey thing.
We'll figure it out and possibly do some editing.
Yeah, video editing. Oh, there it is. So,
by the magic of video editing.
By the magic of video editing, we found this switch, which leads me back to my original conclusion that maybe I didn't have to kill her, but we won't know now. So, we found the shuttle. It's carrying some adaptable pipes. Always a good thing to have.
Good thing to have them adaptable pipes.
Shuttle J6 activated.
Flip these switches on, just again adding realism to the whole affair. And then I didn't realize for a long time you have to sit down to start the shuttle. So we're gonna go to Lambda.
Yes, we are.
Departing. And nothing could possibly go wrong.
Of course.
Just taking a tram ride in a horror game. It's going to be totally smooth sailing the whole way there. We're just going to watch a nice little movie.
Welcome to Pathos 2, your expressway to the stars. What started as a thermal mining operation in the 60s has now become home to the Omega space gun, the world's most affordable way to launch satellites and deep space probes. Our unique Atlantic Ocean location allows for this gigantic coil gun, running longer than a marathon, to safely launch projectiles without risk of damaging the payload with risky combustion. The station spans multiple sites and has a diverse staff of engineers and scientists. Together, they are able to produce, assemble, and launch the world's most sophisticated spacecrafts. In addition to our principal operation, Athos 2 is also the home for multiple research projects within the marine sciences, including hydroculture, turbulence, and deep-sea construction. We are now leaving Upsilon for Lambda.
I also love that everything is just like slightly falling apart. Like even the computers are glitching out.
This facility is in disrepair.
It just it creates a consistent aesthetic.
And logic could also tell you, like, so these awful events happened in 2100, right?
Yeah.
We're probably not in 2105. Like if this happened in 2104, like I think.
Although they happened in 2013 actually. But yeah, we're significantly ahead of the time that they actually happened.
And yeah,
yeah, so that was something I actually saw coming on my first playthrough, because in no horror game do you get on a train and it takes you exactly where you want to go without incident. I don't think that has ever happened.
One day someone will fake you out with that.
Yes, and it might be frictional. By the way, you're stressed out at this point, and it is totally possible to go screwing off down this hallway without the Omni tool. And the game is mean enough to make you walk all the way back and get it through the creepy hallway. Which faked me out the first time I played. Luckily I know what's coming.
Yeah, it's something that you have to train yourself to do. Bring the Omni tool with you.
Yep. Never leave it behind, ever.
Simon, are you there?
Catherine, is that you? I was on my way, but then the shuttle train, it fucking crashed.
Are you alright? The system says the section is sealed for suspected hull breach.
No, I'm not alright. What the hell happened to the world? Why are we underwater?
Wow, you're really out of place, aren't you? Look, don't worry about that right now. I realize you're confused, but you're so close to Lambda. If you just keep going.
How close? Can I walk there?
Yeah, but the tunnel is locked off to protect the overall structure from collapsing. What you need to find is your section's maintenance hatch. It'll lead outside.
Maintenance hatch. No problem.
What's that? What's going on up there? I gotta go. See you soon, Simon.
And we have an indication that Catherine might be in danger.
Catherine? You okay?
What is that? What's going on up there?
Everyone is in danger in a world like this.
They're using red to tell us that we are potentially unsafe. I think we actually missed the maintenance hatch. Yeah, there it is. I was too busy pontificating about the use of color to notice the flashing red light that was supposed to tell me where to go. Yeah, so were you playing this game for the first time, in all likelihood you would go all the way down this hallway and all the way up the elevator through the creepy-ass facility, and then realize you don't have the Omni tool with you and have to go back down and get it right when you think you're safe. Which, in a way, is a brilliant bit of trolling on their part.
Here we go again.
Here we go again on our own. Walking underwater when the world is destroyed. Didn't actually make that fit the rhyming scheme in any way, shape, or form.
Not really.
No.
No. Alright, then here we go. Also interesting, you know he's heavy because he is not buoyant.
Yes. That is a point.
No turning back.
I can find Lambda, right?
Yes.
I mean, really.
I actually...
This ocean be?
How big can the Atlantic Ocean be? Is that what... Did you just really say that, bro? Is that...
He's rationalizing his currently tremendously crappy situation.
You know what? If I was in this situation, I'd be talking to myself constantly.
How could you not?
When I feel creeped out, I talk to myself nonstop. It doesn't happen very often, but if I'm like walking around, you know, like a building and nobody's there, I'll just be like, hey,
one of the things that still persistently fills me with dread, and it's only happened to me twice in my life, but It's just some irrational fear. Blackouts in buildings.
Yeah.
Like in an office building or whatnot. At
Yeah,
night, and all the lights
I either have
go
to
off.
be like casually talking to myself, or, by the way, there's another thing that wants to potentially hurt us, or like whistling or like kind of singing quietly to myself. Like that's my coping mechanism for if I feel freaked out. These guys are pretty low threat. They really won't come after us unless we go out of our way to antagonize them. They can kill you, but they're some of the lower threat enemies in the game.
They're really, do you put yourself on your radar, on their radar? If you don't, they'll leave you alone.
Yep. Got some sort of tower here. I don't believe there's anything in it, no.
And as we see in the distance there, I believe that's the space gun.
I think so, yeah. Or part of it, at least. Yeah. Or it could just be a comm tower. I'm not actually sure. There's a giant hammerhead shark up in the far distance.
Creepy as all get out.
Yeah, we'll do that in a second. It's a very linear game, so don't worry that you're going to miss an area.
You won't.
Yeah. Actually, we can go check that out real quick, because I believe it is... There is significance to it that we can discover before we go into Lambda.
Unable to activate. Escape.
Right, so we can't turn it on because there's no Cortex chip. So we need to go find a Cortex chip. I also don't remember what happens if you go over there first, but I know that to progress through the game we need to go here.
Get that Cortex chip, man.
Yep, that Cortex chip.
Yeah, boy, get that Cortex chip.
Your boy Simon. Gotta get that Cortex chip.
In his dive suit.
Yep.
That we still don't know how it got there.
I believe there's a little Easter egg here. One of these windows, if you point a flashlight out it too long, something happens. I don't remember what it is. And there's a fucking thing over there.
One of the creepiest enemies in gaming coming up, by the way, in this story.
Alright, so now she has told you not to look at the bad guys, which is one of the most significant pieces of advice you will receive throughout this game.
You can delay or subvert their hostility by avoiding looking directly at them.
And actually, I don't 100% remember how to finish this. Okay. And Figment of Hope gets basically destroyed right here.
No, not you two. I was really hoping you were human.
As were we as the player.
Can't take it anymore. Everything's fucked.
But she's aware she's not human.
There's nothing left.
Calm down. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah, it is.
It sure as hell looks
Actually,
like it. For all I
that's
know, there's
exactly
no one
what
left
it is.
except for me.
What do you mean? I'm right here.
Don't take this the wrong way, but I meant any humans left except for me.
Have you looked at yourself lately? You're a walking, talking diving suit with some electronics slapped on for good measure.
I don't.
You don't want to think about it? We'll start thinking about it.
I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be this. I want out.
Before you do anything hasty, could you help me with something?
What?
I was trying to find out what happened with my project when that brute knocked me to the ground.
Your project? How could anything possibly matter when you know you're a stupid robot in a stupid dead world?
Okay, focus. I need you to fix me so I can get back to work. Then you can sulk as much as you want.
You gotta be kidding, right?
That's
I think I have a
effective
better
writing,
chance of building
by the way,
myself
her
a time
being in
machine
command.
than putting you back together.
I just need to access the computer. Oh, is that an Omnitool you're carrying?
Oh, the door opener? I picked it up at Upsilon.
The door
when I woke
opener.
up.
That'll have to do. Plug it into the terminal.
Sure, whatever.
So we've now been told by
When the
this
Omnitool is loaded, just
thing
plug my
that
Cortex chip into
we're
the
also a robot,
It's a Cortex chip.
but we don't
It will be
necessarily
obvious. I'll
know
eject it for you.
if that's
Just
true.
grab the chip and slide it into the
Because
Omnitool.
we've been led to
Come
believe
on,
that
I
these
just need you to
robot
do this
things
one thing
might
for
be
me.
unreliable
Sure,
narrators.
whatever.
Lambda terminal 27 activated.
We
The
are
Omnitool is ready now.
El Moron, or
Should
Monster.
be easy enough. Just pick
Muron.
up the chip and slide it into the Omnitool.
Why does a robot chip fit a door opener?
It's standardized connection.
Catherine?
Not good.
Alright. Let's give this a try.
So we now have Catherine in our possession. A little bit weird, but
Cortex chip found. Shutting down Helper J.
And now we see the
Helper Jane, no, don't leave us.
Oh, this feels weird. I'm in the Omnitool? Thanks.
No, we want Helper
What's
Jane
the project
back.
about?
My project. Oh, well, I saved all the people on the station as brain scans and put them into an artificial world. We were going to launch it into space to save it from, well, all of this.
Are you telling me that you were going to launch a computer world filled with people into space?
Yes. It was just a pet project at first, but it got really serious after the comet took out the
This
surface.
chick is so chill
Then suddenly
about
it became very
everything.
important, and it was officially named the Ark.
That's appropriate.
That's
How
appropriate.
far
Yes,
did
it
you get?
is.
I don't know. That version of me that I am. It came from a scan I did pretty early on. The living Catherine could very well have finished the project and launched it. I guess she could even still be alive. Weird thought.
So the talking robots, are they also scans you did?
They could be, but I doubt it. I'd expect much more sense if that was the case. All right, finally.
What's happening?
I managed to restore some data from the backup server. This should tell us everything we need. Oh. Could you do me a favor and run into the other room and have a look?
No.
I don't seem to be able to.
I don't think that's a good
find
idea.
No.
information. I need to know that the Ark
How
is
about
safe.
you run in the other room?
Sure, Kath.
Thanks.
Why do we gotta move?
You're the one that has all the chill.
What was it you said before? You're from Toronto?
Yeah, I just went in for a brain scan and suddenly here I am.
That doesn't make any sense. How? Why would anyone bring a scan from Toronto?
You think that's strange? What if I tell you it was back in 2015?
Oh yeah, maybe you're right that it's further in the future than I thought it was.
Just check the computer.
Yes, look for anything
Yeah.
about the Ark.
I need to remember what the timeline was. Opinion poll. Okay, this actually changes your ending, so be careful with this.
Are you excited about the Ark?
At first, I couldn't really see the point of it. But then I thought,
2103, not 2013.
I mean, if we are able to save even just a small piece of ourselves, why wouldn't we do that?
So you are in favor then?
I think it's really important we do this.
What are your thoughts on...
Oops.
What are your thoughts on the Ark?
It's a great idea. Finally, we have something to do. Am I right?
Are you optimistic about the project's chances of, about the Ark reaching space?
Yeah, it can definitely be done. You already solved the biggest problem. How to actually get us all in there. Now all we have to do is build the damn thing. And hope Phi is still operational. Yeah, I think we can do it. But it's not gonna be easy.
What are your thoughts on the Ark project?
The idea is just incredible. By every definition. It really makes you think about what it means to be human.
What makes you say that?
Beyond the basics. Beyond the superficial. I'm convinced there's something with even greater value. You have provided a platform, which is not necessarily restricted to our digital progeny, but a means of actual survival. It's my sincerest belief that we can go on living through the reality of continuity.
So,
Is this from inside the Ark?
Yes.
You get some
That's some early
glimpses
renders
of
of the world inside.
what the Ark is
planned
supposed
paradise.
to
Happier than this place.
look like. Device itself, how it's put together, which, again, they didn't have to do all of this. They did it just to make the world look more realistic. Alright, so this is the part that actually changes your ending. The Ark survey. How would you describe your physical condition? You could say, I feel normal, I feel like a better version of myself.
I did number 3, personally.
I did as well. I am a visitor inside an alien body. I think we had similar answers to this. Mental condition. I feel disconnected, I feel normal, I feel altered, I feel lost. I said I felt disconnected. Separation of mind and body.
Yep.
How would you describe your senses? Normal, more sensitive to and aware of my surroundings. I feel blocked as if my senses are numb, or I'm lacking one or more of my natural senses. I answered this one in the context of playing a video game. You don't really have all of your senses available to you, which is kind of an interesting way to think about it. Sensation of your new condition. It's pleasant. I don't like it. It's disconcerting. Or depressing. I can't remember what I answered on this one.
I was 3 or 4.
Yeah, disconcerting. Everything feels constructed. It is actually kind of depressing. This whole game is kind of depressing.
Mm-hmm.
Are you troubled by the fact that you're no longer strictly human? I said yes. I mourned my previous existence, I believe.
How could you not?
Yeah. And how do you perceive your new existence? Direct continuation of my previous self, new chapter in my life, like being born all over again, a complete do-over, or it's something completely different, has nothing to do with my previous self, which is, I believe, what I said. Do you think this new existence will be a life worth living? Yes, just as much as my previous life. Yes, but with less meaning. Maybe we can find a new sense of meaning in this world, or no, it's too detached from reality and everything I know.
I did do number 3.
I believe I did number 2, if I recall correctly. Because, yeah, I wouldn't want this to happen to me, but I think that it would be worth continuing to go on. Would you rather be removed from the project? This is the really important one. For now, we're going to say maybe I need to think about it. Alright.
Thank you for participating.
Yes, and the Ark tracker.
I found a tracker homed in on the Ark.
Oh, that's clever.
So
I wonder if I thought of that.
I'm just going to skip ahead because I already know where it is.
I really need to know what happened to it.
I think so. It's doing something at least.
Where is it?
Hold on. I'm trying to find it.
Please let it be safe.
I think it's a tower. Yeah.
These are just incredibly well done.
I'm very proud that I remembered exactly where it was on the first try.
There you go.
Yeah.
I found it.
I love
It's
the
at a
maps.
site
I
named
love the
Town.
world building.
Yeah.
No, it's on Earth. It's so close to 5, they almost made it. Damn it, it won't make it for long in that state. A couple of decades at most. That's not much to build a future.
If we got to it, could we get on the Ark?
I suppose, but I'm not exactly flexible at the moment.
And this gives you, this is an
I'll take us
interesting
I can move,
narrative
jump,
decision.
swim,
Because
sort of.
activating and launching the Ark,
Stuck in
it's
the
a
door.
goal,
The
like it's a
Omni-Tour.
purpose to
I'll
the
just
story.
carry you there and you'll show me what to
But
do.
it's not a triumph. It's not, you know, you're not saving the world. You're not escaping the danger.
Yeah.
This is what
It's
you wanted to do.
a
Your
reason
final
to
mission.
go on.
You're
Let's
just
launch the
making
Ark.
do with
We
the
need to find a
situation
way
you
to get
have.
into the abyss. Can't take the climber without a power suit. We probably have to go to Theta and pray that Dunbat's still working.
Okay, so we go to Theta.
I don't know, it's pretty far.
Catherine, look around. What else is there to do? You know what? I found a sunken vessel just outside.
We can
Bet
do
that could take
aerobics
us to
up
Theta.
here. That's another
Really?
thing we can
Didn't
do.
look completely out of action. It even lit up a little when I tried the Omni tool on it.
Okay then, let's have a look. I'll just eject from this thing. Don't forget to take me with you.
Oh, I won't. I'll find the window with the hidden monster in it.
Where did you go? I'm waiting.
I'm exploring. I'm going on an ill-advised journey of exploration, and I woke the monster up.
I think it's back. Keep your eyes peeled.
It's actually the opposite of what you should do.
Alright, let's do this. Come pick me up.
I'm pretty sure this is the window that you can get the secret. Yeah, there it is.
What are you doing? Be careful.
And she's like, don't make it mad.
I wonder if it can actually break through if you let it.
Yeah, that glass is fracturing.
Like, does it end the level? I've never actually... No, I think it just goes away.
Realizes it can't get to you, maybe.
Yeah.
Where did you go? I'm
Let's
waiting.
go get Catherine.
Let's go get her.
Let's go progress the game. Instead of screwing around trying to get ourselves killed.
Can I pull the Omni tool out?
Wait. Okay, just be sure to plug me in again at some point.
You got it.
Good luck,
She's
son.
having some existential...
She is. The one criticism that I could give of this section of the game is it dumps a lot of heavy philosophical shit on you really quick.
Yeah, a little bit difficult to find your bearings.
Yeah, it doesn't give you a lot of time to process it. Like, I would have liked that information to be meted out a little slower and in a less, you know, all or nothing fashion. Like, keep you wondering a little bit more about, you know, whether you can trust what Catherine is telling you, which... To some degree, it does that, but for the most part, it really gives you the impression that she's correct.
You have no good reason to distrust her.
Yeah.
No, there's no good reason given, which that's part of how I absorb games with unreliable narrators. Is do I have a reason? Is she leading me into trouble? Is she's actually the only reason you're finding islands. You know, we talked about islands in the storm, which is generally a pretty good indication that she's on the up and up.
Okay, I think we actually made it out without aggroing the thing. If you could tell, I stopped talking for a good long bit there. Because I remember that part being a lot more stressful last time I played, but I think we got lucky. So I think we're going to head out to the submarine, and then we will call it.
That's an episode break.
For part 2, yeah. Once we get this thing up and running. Alright. There's also something about just being underwater in general. Like, BioShock did the same thing.
It's a great atmosphere.
It makes you unsettled.
You know, that should go on the Loresworn After Dark list too. The BioShock games.
Oh yeah.
I would love to do that.
Oh yeah.
In fact, I would almost vote we do that after SOMA.
Hey Simon, can you hear me?
I hear you. Can you get this thing running?
Hang on, I'll give it a try.
Oh yeah, you can close the door. I don't get to close the door.
Yeah, just you.
It's not even really closed. Like if a human was having to use the sub, they would be kind of drowning. I think. Did you get it? Did we glitch it out by messing with the door? That's actually entirely a possibility. I think we might have actually glitched the game out because we weren't supposed to be fiddling with the door the whole time.
Sorry, it's dead.
Worth a shot?
The CV came from Curie. It was a ship that used to make runs between Lambda and Lisbon. Looks like their wreck is close. Maybe you can find a vessel like this one inside.
Sounds like a plan.
I'll just save the security information and update the Omni tool. There. Should help you get around.
Great.
So there's not actually a transport sequence there. So we'll go ahead and get to the Curie before we break.
I agree.
And there's Helper Robot. Hi, Helper Robot.
Good to see you again.
We just got out of a really screwed up building.
It's a really screwed up situation.
Yeah, thanks for putting us at ease, Helper Robot. It really makes me feel better about walking across this lighted bridge thingy that nothing bad could possibly happen to us. Because we just saw Helper Robot, and Helper Robot means things are safe. So, as you can see, oh, no, subverting our expectations, Frictional. How dare you? Helper robot.
I trusted you.
We trusted you, helper robot. You were supposed to be a sign of safety.
You're supposed to lead us
in a
not
dark,
unto evil.
Dark place. Yeah, Dive Suit Man might actually be one of the scariest villains in the game.
Oh my gosh, Dive Suit Man.
Not the scariest. I will let you know when we're getting to the scariest villain in the game.
Just to appreciate what's going on.
Yeah. Alright. So, when we return, we will be venturing into the wreck of the Curie and meeting whatever terrifying, unsettling things wait for us within. This has been Loresworn After Dark.
Thank you for joining us.
SOMA Episode 2.
This is just the first of many, so click the link in the description to go on to video number 2, like and subscribe.
All that good stuff that he just said. And we'll talk to you next time.